Hello, parents. Today I'm going to be talking about parenting in a time pressured world. Now, I'm busy. You're busy. In fact, I don't know anybody that's not busy. We all feel like, oh my goodness, we have so much going on. And then we just go to bed at night just feeling like we haven't done enough for our children. It's a constant nagging feeling that we have. And I used to feel that way before. But actually, now I've got to the point where I've made some decisions and I've made some changes. And I really feel like, even though I am busier than, I ever used to be before, I don't feel that, stress feeling anymore that I'm not doing enough for my children. And so even though I haven't completely sussed it, I've come a long way. And I thought I'd share with you some of the things I've done that have made me get to this point. So number one day I said to myself, you know what? I need to stop saying I don't have enough time. I need to stop walking around with that lack mentality of, oh, I never have time, I never have time. Because as long as I keep saying that, I will never feel like I have enough time. The fact of the matter is, I have the same amount of time as everybody else. It must be enough time. It must be enough time. I said to myself, I have enough time for the things I am supposed to be doing. For me, that was like a huge revelation. It really did something to my thinking. Because you know how people say when you walk around with that lack mentality of, oh, I haven't got enough money, I haven't got enough money, you never feel like you have enough money. And somehow you don't attract enough money. So I use that same principle to say, you know what, I have enough time for the things I'm supposed to be doing. It means that if I'm feeling like I'm out of time, I must be doing things that I'm not supposed to be doing. If I focused on what I am supposed to be doing with this time that I have, then I will not feel like I'm constantly running out of time. For me, that was huge. And I'm one person that believes in purpose. And people that have spoken to me know that I honestly believe that we are on this earth for a purpose. We all have a place and a thing that we're supposed to be influencing and making better. I strongly believe that. And I said to myself, I must have enough time to achieve that. And one of the main things I'm here for to be doing is raising my children to find their own purpose as well, raising them to be successful and to contribute positively to the world. There are many things that I'm doing that I shouldn't be doing, that don't help me towards this purpose that I have on earth. I can identify, eliminate, and actually, I found that I had, oh my gosh, a lot more time. In fact, I had enough time to be doing what I should be doing. There's some things that are important, but they're not necessary now, today, right now. I don't have to do it right now. You know what? I don't have to actually do the dishes right now. I don't have to do it. And once I just, freed myself from those obligations that you put on your head that you've got to be doing this right now and doing all of this stuff, I felt more relaxed to actually do the things that I needed to do, especially for my children and, in my life. And I felt a lot more content. Now, the second thing I had to say to myself is I had to be, as I kind of leads on from the first one, I had to be intentional. And when I made those decisions to do these things, I decided that when I'm doing those things, I will be fully present in the moment. When I go to work, I'm going to focus on being the best I can be at work. And when I come back home, I'm going to focus on being the best I can be at home with my children. And when I put them in bed, because all these things are planned and prioritized, when I put them in bed at a certain time, usually 8 o'clock in this house, most times, then I can be fully present doing the things that will build me. So by the time I go to bed, I don't feel like, oh my gosh, I haven't done all this stuff, because you know what? I've done the things that I needed to do. Now, what I found is that by being focused and intentional like that, even if I don't get it right every day, I'm less hard on myself because I'm getting it right more times than I used to before. I'm all about the progress. Okay, I'm not about perfection. Let's just keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Okay. The next thing that really helped me in, feeling like I have more time for my parents was that my children rather, was that I realized that actually when you go to bed feeling like I don't have enough time for my children, it's because you've spent the whole day, or the time you have, the time you spent with them, you spent it doing stuff for them. So you never feel satisfied. You never really feel fulfilled. You don't feel like you've done anything with them. All you've done is been running around after them, taking them from place to place, cleaning up after them. It's not fulfilling. And so once I realized that, I decided, you know what? The time I have with them, which is about 2 hours in the evening, after work, and a bit more time at the weekend. The time I have with them, I'm going to be intentional about how I spend that time. I'm going to make sure that that time is used properly for connection in whatever we're doing. We are connecting. And so our tanks always feel filled, and we just we don't go to bed feeling like, oh, I've given out so much and I haven't received. So that's another thing I did. I made sure the time I spent with them was actually worth quality time, and they felt filled, I felt fulfilled as well. That's great. And then the final thing that I started doing with my kids, to be honest with you, I have actually done this one for, a very long time. And I want to stress with the parents, I might even do a whole video on it because it's so important. I think I involve my kids in my life. It's not a one-way thing. We're a family, we're growing together. What I do is important to you. What you do is important to me. I involve them in my life. They know when I'm taking on a new challenge. They know when I'm, trying things and it's not going so well. They know I'm making a video. They know I'm doing a live on Instagram. They know what my plans are. They know we set our goals for the year together. We all know the big picture and the little picture. The reason why it's so crucial to involve them in your life is because then they understand when you say to them, Mommy needs to read, I'm studying to do this. But actually, it's not something you're saying they know that from 8 to 8:30, this is what Mommy does. And just involving them in your life and in the planning, you'll be surprised how supportive they are, and they give you that time to actually be who you need to be for yourself. And because they respect that boundary, you feel filled, and so you're better able to give your best self to them. I think this is worthy of a further video. I'm just going to stop it here for now, but hey, we can do it right even with the time pressures. So share this video with a parent that who cares. Get them to follow my page. Let's do this right for our kiddies.